The year is rounding up and 2024 is fast approaching. As a reminder, planning the year ahead will be a great foundation to set a smooth year running and to go around the projections and happening to ensure that you succeed in the ensuing year. In this video, I present to you the projections for 2024, how change seekers can go around it, and how to go for it in the year to come. Stay tuned. Welcome back, change seekers. I hope you're still catalyzing your own success in your own way. Welcome to the Catalyst. I am Lit, and today we are looking at three major aspects of projections in 2024 and how we can just go around it to ensure that the year runs smoothly. Let's start with the first and foremost, which is global economic growth. According to the IMF and the World Bank, there is going to be a decline in global economic growth in 2024. The basic research suggests that there is going to be a further decline of global growth from 3.5% in 2022 to 2.9% in 2024. This is usually below the average of 3.8% historically. What this means is that there is going to be hardship. Financial hardship, circulation of money will be reduced, and so this would have effect on food availability, water availability, and even health distribution. As change seekers, I want us to target from the financial sense. If you are able to fix and have all your financial directions in place, it means that you are going to have a smooth year. So with financial decisions, I want you to start modifying them now. The first thing I want you to look at is diversion of investments. When I talk about diversion of investments, all that I want you to do is to start channeling your investments to a more stabilized and less dwindling investments that historically performs well in economic slowdowns. So this is what I recommend. The number one thing for you to do is to start investing in stocks and bonds under utility and consumer staples. They tend to be more stabilized when the economy is slowing down. Again, it will be best to invest in government-related investments, government-related bonds and stocks. Those are more stabilized and would prevent you losing some money in the ensuing year. If you have a large part of your investment portfolio with the private entities or the private registered people, I would advise that before the year begins, you switch up, make great investment decisions, and tend to focus more on investments under utility, staple foods, and those for the government. They tend to be more stabilized, and so you have the potential of not losing your money in 2024. You can also use online brokerages to buy shares and stocks, and try considering EFTs. They tend to be a bit more stable, and so you would not have to suffer if there is more dwindle in the economic growth. You can also engage in precious metals. When I say precious metals, you know it already, the golds, the diamonds. They tend to have a bit more stabilized outcomes and turnouts than other types of investment. You could also consider real estate, because real estate is real estate and money invested in them usually do not dwindle. So success seekers, take note. Stocks and shares that are more stabilized, such as the utility and stable foods. Try to involve yourself in government-based stocks and bonds. You can go for TFTs that tend to be a bit more stabilized. You can also look at real estate investment. That is the first one. Now moving on to the second one, which is cost management. Fuel prices will sure go high, transportations will sure have increased prices, and so it will be great to manage your costs just as we ensue in 2024. If you're able to manage your cost and you're able to manage your investments well, you would less feel the hardship that 2024 would bring. With cost management, do groceries in bulk. Stop buying things within the month. It is always best to get all that you need before the month ends. It saves you time, it saves you money. Another thing I want you to look at is your health. Managing costs is about managing health. Eat well, sleep well, manage your stress, and do not fall a victim to any stresses. If you are able to get these things lined up, you would be able to save a lot of cost because your health will be more stabilized. You'll be able to work for money, and so the turnout in your finances will be great. The next thing I want you to look at is transportation. I would advise that you consider which options are more profitable and less expensive. If you have a car and you think that it is much more profitable to pack it up, go for it. Do not be wasteful in 2024 and do not spend more than you need. Consider your wants and needs. Put your needs first before wants. It will be great to limit the way you shop in 2024. If you are the kind of person that shops every month, it will be great to cut it down to doing shopping bi-monthly. And it will be awesome to be able to even forecast and just budget it all out to get the things you need for 2024 now that the prices are much better and they are much affordable. Now, the last thing I want you to also do is about subscriptions. Cut down your subscriptions. If there are some subscriptions you don't need, do not keep on subscribing to it. Cut a lot of them down. If you're the kind that will be at work most of the times and do not need Netflix always, do not always go for that expensive subscriptions. Try to cut subscriptions, payments, groceries, and all the others down, and you'll be able to save some money so that you don't feel the financial hardship when they come. That brings us to the end of the first projection. Now, zooming into the second projection is employment. Even though there is going to be an economic slowdown in 2024, there are a lot of predictions around employment in several sectors. There are going to be increased number of vacancies, and so if you are wishing to find some jobs outside your country, overseas, this is the right time to start planning. If you want to start working in 2024, then you have to start planning now. Now let's look at some of the areas that have their employment rates going high, and you should target such places to start sending in your applications, start doing your paperwork around that area to make sure you secure a vacancy spot before the year ends. Now, the first sector that is promised to have a lot of vacancies is the IT and technology spot. There is going to be a lot of vacancies in data analyzing, artificial intelligence, all the programmings. Just think about it and it's there. And even with the emerging 5G technology, there's going to be a lot of vacancies in advanced countries and in some companies, okay? So below in the description, I am going to leave a link to one of the IT vacancies currently recruiting for 2024 graduates. You can take advantage of that and start applying. You just have to know that with the ever increasing freelancing, cybersecurity, and with the way artificial intelligence is taking over, you cannot afford to be in the IT section and not take advantage of this opportunity to apply for your dreaming job. More and more people will be needed in this sector. The second sector that promises to be good is the health sector. And of course, the NHS are still envisioning to recruit about 50,000 more nurses to be able to create that flexibility for nurses in the NHS. Not to talk about healthcare jobs and health and wellness jobs, the nutritionists, the mental health people, every profession in the health sector, not to talk about the microbiologists, the radiologists, are all needed. And the percentage of the vacancies is going to increase. So this is the biggest opportunity for you to just peep and start applying whilst ensuring that you follow all the processes you need to do to be able to start working in any of these fields in 2024. I would also leave links in the description below about sites where you can find these healthcare and health wellness jobs so that you can apply. The next sector I want to talk about that promises to look out for a lot of people is the skill services. So with the emergence of Google services right now, people who are in the plumbing, in the carpentry sector, and all the handmade skills sector can register with the Google services for them to be contacted when their services are needed. And this is promisingly exciting. So if you are skills oriented, I would encourage you to start with your certifications. Make sure that you've got everything in line to be able to just zoom in. Another great sector that is also emerging and promises to be so attractive in the ensuing year is environmental and climatic change jobs. Yes, the globe is still warming. So according to the World Meteorological Organization, there is an estimated 66% chance that the world will be warming between 1.5 degrees Celsius or upward at least 1 year between 2024 and 2027. And obviously, yes, we are entering into 2024. However, guys, I just want you to search because there's going to be a lot of opportunities in this area. And with the arrival of El Nino and the world warming up, you definitely know that food security will be affected, health distribution will be affected, water availability will be affected, not to talk about wildlife and wildfire. And in the description below, I am just going to leave the link for the graduate environmental careers for you to have a look at. And then going forward, guys, last of all that I want to talk about today is that next year is an election year for most countries around the world. Just mention it: Indonesia, Pakistan, Ukraine, Russia, Ghana, United States, Bangladesh, Dominican Republic. They are all going to have elections in 2024. And so it means that there is going to be that increase of voting information out there, registration. There's going to be a lot of community engagements, a lot of political debates, a lot of youth involvement, and a lot of information access. Not forgetting the fact that cyber security tightening will go up, and so I want you to take note and prepare accordingly. So preparing for the elections, I just want you to take priority for your security. Ensure that you are safe, you are secured, your home security is tightened, everything around you, your family is well put in order. The next thing is that report any suspicious event. The United Nations continually speaks of peace, and we cannot afford to have our peace being disrupted. If you find anybody doing anything suspicious, do not hesitate to report the individual to the security agencies. Another thing I want you to know is that stay informed. Especially during the COVID era, people were not informed. And so you see people even in lockdowns coming out. Stay informed. Know what is happening in your country. Know what is happening about elections. Know what is happening about government restrictions, as to ensure peace and follow it out. Not to forget that you are responsible to vote. Exercise your voting franchise. However, prepare adequately for food and groceries. Make sure you have enough throughout the specific election era in your country. So all too soon, guys, we have come to the end of this, and I just want you to know that in 2024 there is going to be an economic growth slowdown. There is also going to be a lot of employment opportunities that I want you all catalysts to take advantage of. And the final thing is that there is going to be elections almost all around the world. Be informed, stay up to date. But before we go on, guys, do not forget to subscribe, share, and get interactive in the comment section. If at this point you have not subscribed, then I don't know what you are waiting for. Please try to get interactive, and do not forget to catalyze your own success in your own way.